Hey everybody, it's Andy here, aka Montolio. We're back for a vintage challenge today, and we're going to be playing some blue-white cats. If you've seen some of my previous videos, a MTGO user by the name of Morosa took this to a semi-final appearance in the Thursday Vintage Challenge, and I was skeptical, but I'm always excited by something new and fun, and decided to load this deck up. And I was pleasantly surprised at actually how good this deck actually is. And once you get to, first of all, there's a lot of early drops. You've got your Oscillate Pride, your Guides of Souls that come down really fast. You've got a lot of counter magic. And when the Voice of Victory, the Ajani's get going and the Oscillate Pride start to trigger the Guide of Souls, it quite often becomes a game-ending cascade. Mockingbird is also part of that. Surprisingly, very, very good at copying your creatures in addition to your opponent's creatures as well. I've copied White Plume Adventurers, I've copied Luris's. It's pretty cool. And I've tried to make the blue count a little bit better in this deck than what Morosa was playing. I don't know that I've been successful in doing that, but I've added a couple dazes in the least, an extra force negation, and we'll see how we end up doing with it. But I really do like the mana base in this deck. It's very nice to have the basics, and yeah, we'll move into the sideboard. Got a little bit of everything in here: 3 Stony Silence, Seal of Cleansing, Rest in Peace, a couple swords, a Deafening Silence, which was very good for me in a previous league, 2 Soul Guide Lanterns, and some Containment Priest and a Mindbreak Trap. I do like the Mindbreak Trap because of all the combo out there. And yeah, guys, let's see how we do with this today. I have had a pretty good white initiative matchup so far. I've been a little bit, well, I've been surprised just period about this deck and what it's been able to beat. So we'll see how we do with the big boys in the challenge here versus grinding it out in leagues. But please do like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you round one. Okay, here we are in round one. We're playing against Eagle Baronin. We've won the die roll, which is nice. It's definitely a good hand. Okay, my opponent has not revealed a Luris here. The Chancellor. Okay. For once in my life, I can play around the Chancellor here. We'll play our cat. They've kept 7 here, so it might be tough for me to get through here. I guess it's how much do I want to daze? Do I daze a Chrome Mox right away? In these situations, it's really you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. It's a 50-50 guess as to whether they have other fast mana in their hand, a Black Lotus. Do they have a Cavern? Do they not have a Cavern? If you let things resolve to try and counter them. They smartly play around my days. Do I Ancestral here? Or do I play Voice of Victory? I think I'm going to play the Voice. Okay, we've got a good start here. All right, opponent has conceded, which is very nice for us. It's hard sometimes to win that matchup in general. We certainly want our swords. I think we want our Mindbreak Trap. Vexing Bauble is not very effectual on the draw. I feel like Flusterstorm is okay. I think I would keep a couple of them, and I think I can drop a Daze. Yeah, I think one Daze is better than a Flusterstorm, just to have that free interaction. especially when you're on the draw, could be really relevant. It's hard to know. And this one I do not think is going to do. We can do better than this. Okay. Gonna keep it. Guess we just put Misstep away. It's not lost on me they run swords. Thank God they did not play a Void Mirror. Okay. Hopefully we slowed my opponent down. The Void Mirror. Okay, that's unfortunate. That was a really good draw for me. Hopefully they do not have a Cavern of Souls. And if we get if our force is solid here, we're going to run away with this game really quickly. So as it turns out, the Mental Misstep probably would have been better to keep my cat around, or my Mockingbird. I'm going to give it to the voice here. All right, there we go. Okay, nice win for us. Okay, guys, here we are, round two. We'll be on the draw for this one. Two Luris is revealed. This hand, this is an honestly difficult question to answer. Do I want this hand? I mean, I guess so. They put force in the yard. Okay. That was a pretty bad draw. I think I'll get a Tundra and play the Vexing Bauble. The only thing that really would I guess the question is first, am I going to fight over the Vexing Bauble? I probably will. I have a feeling my opponent is playing combo. And I've got a wasteland, and I just need to really buy time till I can get some creatures going. The only way I get punished with the bauble resolving is if they go something like Urza Saga Time Walk. But so they are going to fight, and I think I will fight back. I have a wasteland for their land. We're going to have some filtering next turn. Well, we're going to waste next turn. The following turn, we can filter with the archive. If we draw one drop, we're in great shape. So they are forcing. They got rid of a brainstorm. All right, well, let's see if we can resolve our force. Looks like it's in. Flusterstorm's pretty good. I'll take the red source here. Ancient Grudge. Okay, well, I do think I'm going to draw here and get my value out of the card. They have one land. Okay. That was a pretty good draw for me. I do think I'm going to play the Saga here. I'm going to cast Najani. Well, the getting's good. Wasteland? Ooh, Mockingbird. I can flip my Ajani here. I'm going to attack first. I can't use the Saga token here, so what I think I'm going to actually do is tap my Urza Saga, use my Lore Revealed, go and get another Tundra. Is that even worth it? Maybe not. Maybe I do the Meticulous Archive. What I'm just trying to think of is, do I actually want to top out from Flusterstorm here? And I think flipping a Johnny is like pretty powerful. I also could buy Lurrus next turn and replay him, especially if I draw a land. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is use the Meticulous Archive here and copy my Johnny after I attack. Copy my Johnny, and then I will keep the original copy of a Johnny. I've never done this interaction before, but we're about to see how it works. I believe I chose the right one. So what the Sapphire does is next turn it actually does allow me to cast Lurrus with Flusterstorm backup potentially. Okay, it's pretty reasonable. In truth, oh, they did find a land or a Mox. Oops. Okay, not thrilled about that, but yeah, stock up's really punishing for me here. Okay. Skull Clamp's pretty freaking nice too, isn't it? Do I just get Lurrus and Bauble though? I mean, I'm off Flusterstorm if I do that. But Bauble is pretty powerful. Skull Clamp draws me a lot of cards, but it's going to slow me down significantly from killing my opponent. Like, I've got them on a 2-turn clock here if I start pumping a Johnny up. Yeah, I think I'm going to get the Lotus here. And it's hard for them to combo through a Vexing Bauble. We'll be tacking in for very lethal next turn. We can get through a Construct and a Thunder Trap Trainer if they had that. They could Gifts here. But I don't think that gets through a Bauble. So, see, there's just a bit of tension with reference to the Flusterstorm. this deck is tapping out like Bug does every turn. So sometimes there's an awkward tension. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I want Rest in Peace or not. So it's a bit of an awkward combo. Stony Silence and Soul Guide Lantern, but it could be a tension that's reasonable enough. Skull Clamp comes out because we've got all our Stony Silences in here. So look, we've got a lot of stuff we need to take out here. Daze is traditionally fairly bad on the draw, but when you're running Stony Silence, it becomes a lot better because their mana will be constrained. So we're going to cut 4 cards. I really don't like cutting my creatures, but I feel like that's just kind of what I need to do here. We'll try and maintain control and hopefully find a mix of creatures and spells here. I find this deck difficult to play against. Oh, land. We're not brash enough to keep this, are we? Can I actually keep this? No. I am tempted to keep it. Just one land and it becomes viable. It's got one of my best cards in Rest in Peace. All right, I think I've talked myself into it. Is that crazy, guys? One land allows me to lure Revealed. Is that a winning strategy, though? No, I should mulligan this, guys. This is so greedy. Okay. Wow, our greed paid off. All right. This is very likely a gifts we're looking at here. They may go for it right now. They did not. Mana drain could be a thing here. I will fight over it. This can pay for chain now, and I'll still have a force in my hand. Hmm. Awkward. I mean, they don't currently have the mana to cast Lurrus, but yep. All right. We'll get our Scry land here, our Meticulous Archive, and take a look. Looking for a creature. Not a lot, but I will keep it. Ooh. So they can cast Lurrus here. Do I let this resolve? This is a tough one because, in all honesty, like this, I'm very close to hard casting Lauren Revealed here. I think I'm going to gamble and let this resolve. Because I have the rest in peace. Time walk. Okay. Yep. I'll let that happen. Stock up. I'm pretty sad to see that, to be honest with you. Gonna have to ditch the Lauren Revealed here, so I have the Pyrobast covered. That was a bit of a disaster, to be honest. Well, that was a nice one. Let's see if I can resolve it. I have Pyroblast covered. Red Elemental Blast. Okay, that was great for me because I'm going to get to resolve one of my guys here, and I've got force and misstep up, which is pretty solid. All right, that makes me happy. The incidental life gain here is not irrelevant. Any creature off the top will make my Guide of Souls pop, and then I will be able to attack with my cat and blow the game wide open. I think I synced this, right? Now I've got it going. Now I'll be able to get evasion with my cat every time. My Ocelot Pride. Moving towards the city's blessing. There it is. All right, guys, we'll take that one. Okay, on the draw again. Unlucky monkey. Hmm. If this hand was on the play, I might keep it, but I think we can just do better. Okay. Bit awkward. Right into a turn one stock up. Yep. I will say I've had some bad luck against Unlucky Monkey recently. They have without a doubt gotten the better of me. I'm not expecting this to resolve. Once again, difference between play and draw. This would have been a very different game if we were on the play. I'm not averse if my opponent forces this. Okay. Hopefully they don't have another mana source. They took the 3 life, so they are, yeah, I was going to say they're holding up something there. Would love to wasteland, obviously. This is a bit suboptimal. My opponent has 6 cards in hand, can very easily play around my Flusterstorm right now. And a Vault, yep. Get 1 card on the top. So we're pretty much dead here. My opponent's got just too much mana for us to do anything about, and is it just Lurrus coming to hand here? PO2, they can pay for my Fluster, okay. Yep. I think I'm willing to concede in this spot here. Like, that just wasn't even close. That's how I felt the other day when I first loaded this deck up. I was playing against that deck, and it obviously did not pan out well for me in that one, but we've been consistently beating it since. Now, in fairness, Unlucky Monkey is the progenitor of the deck and is quite good with it. Take out Skull Clamp. Feel like I need all my dazes, but maybe it's okay. Guess I'll cut my swords. Cut a voice. I'm obviously not happy cutting my creatures like that, but I just feel like we gotta get control here. Yeah, this is a nice looking hand. The only issue I have with it is that I can't really protect the bauble. Because I don't have an untapped blue source. Like, I can get in a fight with a misstep. Maybe I just get going on my Saga here, but that means I don't have Flusterstorm. Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm here to do. They may have Portable Hole here, but we're going to try and get them with Stony Silence backed up by Flusterstorm here. Now they can portable hold this once again. If I can ever stop tapping out my mana, I will have some counter spells available. That was a pretty good draw, if I do say so myself. Hopefully I can untap with it in play. Damn. Okay. I can burn the Lotus if I have to. Let's get going here. Not getting rid of my bauble there. It's risky doing that. In all honesty, I just don't know that I jam. Like, do I? I guess I do. I do have a parachute if I need it here. Okay, Anor. Okay, they're coming after my bauble. Well, I am going to draw a card with my bauble. See if I survive. Not good for me, guys. Just going to cast their Luris. Now they are holding up Flusterstorm here, but I'm going to try and fight it. City's Blessing. It's on. Okay. It's aggressive, I know. All right, we're going to go Stony Silence. If I find a land off the top, it's really good for me. A blue or white source, specifically. It's aggressive, I know. Okay, my opponent does not have a... Can I get a land? I ripped. I did not rip. Shoot. Would have loved to have killed their Mox there. Yep. Damn. Luris. Thunder Trap. That stops me cold. Do I protect my Ocelot Pride here? It's not really getting through. Okay, we're looking for a land here, guys. Sort of a land. Okay, miss here, please. Yep. Not ideal. Lotus, shit. Darn. Need a wasteland here. That's not overly helpful. But I guess it moves me closer to Lurrus. Don't really want to put the Thunder Trap in the yard. Uh-oh. I mean, that was going to happen inevitably. Yep. If I find a land here and my Lurrus resolves, it's asking a lot. I'm not going to fetch here. Well, we don't have any choice, guys. We got to get going here. My Lurrus is going to resolve. And we just have to hope they don't have anything. Okay. So they're just going to play Lurrus and replay whatever it is they get. So I think for now I'm going to kill the Saga. And I can't attack. That was pretty savage. The Ancestral probably ices me here. Yep, I cannot stop Lurrus. And then just bring a Bauble back. We're going for Lotus, yes. Makes sense. Big PO. Only 2 cards in hand for them. We need an Oscillate Pride. Or Stony Silence would be very nice too. My goodness, Stony Silence would be magnificent. That is not a Stony Silence. They may have a PO here. There's not much I can do about it. I'm trying to time it this way because they have a spell in the stack, and if this comes back into play, Ancestral Swords. Okay, we're gonna get my guy here, my Lurrus. Yep. So I lost my loop. That's their play for the turn. We did our best, guys. We've just kind of been outvalued at every turn here, but all right. We tried. Okay, here we are in round 4, and we're playing Super Cow. We've won the die roll, thank goodness. Super Cow is playing Squee. I think this is pretty reasonable. The problem for us is that we don't actually have a white source. And that could put us in a really difficult spot. I'm going to try it. I mean, we could already just be in trouble. Like, if they have a bunch of hollow ones here or something, it's not good for us. But if we can find a white source here, I feel like we have some good tools. Ooh, that was actually, believe it or not, a really decent draw for me. The misstep was very good here. Okay, here goes. And the negation's pretty useless here. All right, we did win that battle. Need a white source. Crazy. They just ripped a Bazaar naturally. That makes me sad. That was pretty lucky for them. And that was pretty lucky for us. I feel like I get I probably just have to get a Tundra, right? Yeah, just hope. Okay. Hopefully they didn't find their third Bazaar. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay. Guide of Souls, and Voice of Victor are a really nice combo. Excuse me. Okay. It's not the most efficient use of my mana, but now we're going to get our stuff going here. They had a Bazaar. My God. Crazy. Okay. They've got their engine going. We just have to hope that we're fast enough here. Yeah, that's a good one. This makes it so they can't interact with me on my turn. All right. And we're going to have the city's blessing here for sure. Now they've got their engine going big time now, but I've got a lot of damage coming through here. I can't believe my opponent found two Bazaars naturally. Okay. I don't think Containment Priest does what you want it to in this matchup. Daze is surprisingly effective because they don't have any mana. But of course, now we have the tough challenge of what is it that we get rid of here. Probably can cut off fluster. Sink to stupor is not likely to be good here. Voice, actually, voice is not bad. Actually, I'd probably cut it. I like my basics. Negation, I think, is really bad. Okay. Let's have our opponent mulligan to oblivion. Mm. Problem is I don't have any way to stop the bazaar. I think that the hand, though, is reasonable, but it doesn't have creatures. Puts a lot of pressure on this ancestral. Hmm. Okay. Obviously wish I kept the first hand, but was not rewarded with the mulligan. You know, I've played a lot of Squee in my life, and it's a resilient deck, but it needs its bazaar to function. And if they do not have, like, if they have a controlling hand or whatever be it, oh dear, please don't have a hollow one here. That sometimes I just can't function. All right, we'll just concede that one. We need a vexing bauble. Yeah, they held at 5. That's pretty dangerous for me, but I am going to lead with the basic because I want to be insured Daze and Flusterstorm. Now, that's one of the reasons why you get punished for the line I took here, but I don't know why Super Cow is not tapping it during their main phase for hollow ones and vines, etc. It's interesting. Okay, let's hope they have nothing. Okay, phew. Not mine a blue card here. Okay, Oslo Pride is a good one. We are looking for a blue card here. Another land, we can do Luris here. No guarantees will resolve Luris. Okay. Then Meticulous Archive here. Yeah, I think that's fine. They're pausing here. They got a Noxious. Gonna play the Soul Guide. Now that at least takes away the option of Noxious Revival. Do I draw a card here with Soul Guide? That's what I wanted. Fluster, please. All right, let's see if I can get it in. I mean, almost assuredly they have a counter or a Fury or something like that. But I feel like I need to go for it. Okay. They do have a Fury. Well, we'll fight over it. Yes! All right, that was tight. Oops, I guess our round started. We won the die roll. Las Vegas Chaos typically is a white initiative player. This would be beautiful if we had a white source. I'm going to mulligan. I need to have white. Yeah, this is really nice. Okay. feel like I need both my lands. I need the Force of Will. I guess it's just the odd man out as just the Mockingbird. I hate to do it. Okay, that's my play. What's really awkward here is I literally need to pitch I guess I can pitch the sink if I don't get wastelanded because my creatures are all 1-drops, but I'm gonna gamble. Yeah, roasted cavern. Okay. I'm looking for a blue, like a blue or white producing land or a blue spell. That is not it. I'm just in on it, guys. And that will produce a token to block. 2 tokens. It's pretty good. They did go down the well. Okay. 2 bottom. Okay. Wow. Let's try this out. On the draw, I think I'm willing to gamble here. I'm going to be aggressive on Mox. Oh, Jesus. Chancellor. It's pretty harsh. Likely dead here. Hopefully they're just going to play a Void Mirror. I hate to do it, but I got to burn it here. Because I might not get another opportunity. Hopefully it's just like a Peacekeeper. Yeah, I can't really beat that. I guess I have swords, but it's not likely to bode well for me. I guess there's that. think I get a blue basic. Ancestral myself. All right. Was really hoping to find a swords there. Oh, they went down low. Well, okay. Pop the Chancer in the yard. Yep. No, I can't get a basic. What a... This deck is just... I really dislike initiative. It's just so frustrating to play against. Okay, we want Bobble back in. Negation's really bad. Bring it. Maybe it's better than a second daze. I don't know. Okay. One of the things I'm finding the most frustrating with initiative right now is that I feel like I'm stuck in the cycle of forcing Moxen, Chrome Mox, Mana Crypt, that sort of thing, or not doing it and then running into the cavern. And it's kind of like I counter it. I feel like they have other mana that they get to use instead of the one that I counter. When I don't counter it, they do exactly what they did to me in game one. They have the cavern. It's just such a frustrating dynamic. Okay. It's awkward. Yep. The exact scenario I was talking about, right? Yeah, it's pretty bad for me. The name Lauren revealed here, which they should, it could kill me. Yep. Now, if I draw land, mana producing land, it looks good. I didn't. Not thrilled about this, but yeah. All right, we need to find a white producing mana here. Okay. We have hope here. If I can find one. Yeah, that's 3 or 4 turns in a row we've missed. Yeah, and now they've got a creature. Kept a risky hand. Okay, here we are around 6 guys. And we're on the draw, and our opponent's probably on initiative. I think this hand is probably fine. Where it becomes a problem is if they get our Pearl with the Peacekeeper. Play a draw, man. Scary thing. Or if they... maybe this is a risky keep. Because what if they play Voidmere? There's just so many things that can go wrong. I just am going to keep it because I have a nice turn 1 play. Even through a Chancellor trigger. Oh. Interesting. That's the best news I've seen all day. All right. Hopefully they miss here. Cavern. I really would love to find a blue source here. Oh, guys. All right. Well, I'm going to make this blue. I'm going to Ancestral myself. I'm going to play this. And I'm going to Time Walk. And I feel like Voice of Victory is probably just where I want to be here. This is just pretty savage with Guide of Souls, where you're going to see something crazy in a sec here. Lotus was so baller there. I mean, I'm definitely going to wasteland them. No, honestly, I just think the cat's the best thing to play here. Yep. And we're going to mobilize first. Yes, I would like to do that. I'm going to put it on my... Actually, I think I'm going to put it on my... I have to do it on attacker. And then we go like this. Oh, why didn't that work? Did I stack it wrong? Okay. All right. This is a hand where we have to be aggressive on Moxen. We'll let the first one go. Vexing Bauble. Um, don't really think I can let that resolve, guys, against my better judgment. I think Days might end up turning out to be valuable here. Oh man, that's so good, guys. And I guess I have to get, like, I'm going to cast a Johnny, right? And Days hopefully is good here. Nope. Oops. All right. That's unfortunate. All right, like at least it's this. Because now I can crash him with the Cat Warrior, and if they block my Ajani flips, and I have Time Walk. Swords. Hmm. That Skull Clamp is really nice. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cat. I'm going to clamp it and see if we can find the swords to take the initiative. Okay. All right. That's the combo, guys. The voice. Okay. Yikes. That's so bad for me. Okay, I really need my skull clamp to do some work here. Probably losing to that. Oh, I didn't counter it with my days. I'm obviously tired. Oops. How do I recover from this? I desperately need to get the initiative and the swords. I can sync this and crash this voice in, but next turn they're going to hit me for 7-12. There's not much I can do about it. But I'm not dead. I guess it's really a byproduct of what it is they're going to do. I can actually take the initiative here. Maybe I just put the skull clamp on the voice. I cast the Guide of Souls, crash in. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. It's bad. One short from flying, which is unfortunate. Now let me have the initiative. Okay. Okay, that life gain was pretty good. Skull clamp keeping me around here. This Guide of Souls has been really good too. Yep. Need a creature here. I will not miss this time. Swords. I think I'm going to send the Dungeoneer back to their hand. Now I have a force. Sorry, guys, I'm really concentrating here. Lack of commentary. Now I'm going to go into Forge. For the Lost Well. The Lost Well does sound pretty appetizing, doesn't it? Now I'm going to have to chump with my Guide of Souls, which I'm not crazy about. But we got 5 cards in hand. I do currently have an answer for the Seasoned Dungeoneer coming down. Okay. Let's just get rid of that thing right now. We want to go into the stash for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm getting close to just playing Lurrus here. But I don't think it's necessary. I'm about to draw a ton of cards. Oof. I think holding up swords is probably just better here. The life gain here is so good. All right, I think we may have recovered, possibly. Skull Clamp was just boss in this game. Okay, this is uncounterable. Yep. Oh, I even got a second treasure token. How neat is that? Because of the Osla Pride. Neat. I don't think Void Mirror matters at all. Really looking for a Force of Will in a Wasteland here. Okay, so I'm just going to remove this guy. I just see no reason to leave him sitting there. And we will attack unaccosted here. Oh, I'm going to get a second skeleton token too now. Crazy. Like, I just want a Skull Clamp, right? Like, it's cute and all to have all these extra tokens, but I don't think it's necessary. We just want to draw cards. I can just do Lotus into Lurrus, no problem if I want. Probably just not even necessary. Well, I never did find a Force of Will. That's the only thing I'm not crazy about. But does that even matter? I'm at 20 life. All right, here we go. I could keep Skull Clamping, but I'm going to hold up Force of Negation here. That's a lot of tokens, man. 4, Skeleton tokens. Oh my goodness, guys. All right, we played like a cock-a-poo-poo there. I'm tired, and I just let that game-ending season Dungeoneer get through when we were in full control, and I felt like we threw it away, but we rebounded here, and hopefully we can break her into top 8. We were in 8th place before this match, and we did win 2-0. So let's hope our opponents that we played did well. Okay, guys, here we are in the quarterfinals, playing Jose, and I believe they're on white initiative. So we can force their turn 1 mocks or whatever. So we can keep this hand on the draw. We can force potentially the turn 1 play. If we find a white source off the top, it's decent for me. Or we can wasteland or whatever be it. I think I'm going to try it, guys. It's close. They do have a Chancellor, so we're already pretty cooked. Double Chancellor. Okay. The good news is they might not have a ton of Thunder here with 2 Chancellors in their hand. Oh, wow. It's a greedy play, guys, but they might be struggling on mana here. Force. They have Cavern. Okay. Yep. Unfortunately, I can only get a Tundra. Would love to find a Mockingbird here. This is a tough decision. This is the most mana efficient play. I think they're all good plays to some extent. This allows me to get the initiative with all likelihood. Hopefully they don't wasteland me here. Like, I'm hoping they have no gas left. They went down the Lost Well, so that would point to that they potentially don't. 1 top, 1 bottom. Okay, I can live with Clarion Conqueror. Now, we do need a white source here untapped. That is not it. Certainly don't want that. And there's no point playing the Mox because of the Clarion Conqueror. Oh, you know what I could have done? Okay. I could have attacked and gotten the planes. I could have got the initiative. Okay, they're gonna force me to attack, and that's fine because I'm planning on doing it. Oh my god, Wasteland. Okay, they're tapping out. That's gonna kill me here. Beg your pardon, excuse me. Yeah, they know Guide of Souls is the one not to. Swords? That actually is not bad. Guide of Souls cost me 3 to play, though. I'm going to play the Guide of Souls. Too bad, eh? Like, I'm so close to being able to get that thing flying, but they can get in front of all 3 of them. Yep. Oh my god! Another Wasteland. I was going to say, I might be able to stabilize here. That's so funny. I need a planes off the top. A white source. It doesn't help me. All right. In all honesty, I do not mind the Mind Break Trap. It's just better than a Fluster. Like, I got counter spells out the yin yang. I don't think this is good enough. I just think we can do so much better. I mean, I guess we'll see if there's a Chancellor. Okay, we dodged a Chancellor this time. Do I Ancestral? I don't think so. We'll see from here what happens. Yeah, that's the best one that they could have played there for sure. It has to be Ancestral, right? Well, my opponent is something else, I'll tell you that. I get to play one spell per turn. See if we can find a Swords to Plowshares here. Oh, they have more heat. Uh-oh. Yep, Mockingbird's good. I think it's got to be Guide of Souls here. Maybe they do Time Walk, though. Yeah, Time Walk seems reasonable. Taking quite a bit of damage here. This Archon is really causing me problems. Swords? Okay. Next turn we should be able to start producing some tokens, hopefully. Yeah, it's a lot of damage coming. There's the swords. This does help. Yep. I think I just kill one of the Archons, to be perfectly honest with you. And just chump block these two guys. Maybe I just get rid of the Archon that's back blocking. But this gets, what, +2? So it becomes 3? Two, 4. Do I want to take 4 damage here? Because I feel like I can block these things all day long. I think I swords one of them. One of the Archons. And just time walk, right? Where this is a disaster is if they, I guess it doesn't really matter. Question is, do I want to cast, well, I can't cast a Mockingbird first. Yeah, writing was on the wall there. Okay. Okay. These are not really the creatures I'm looking for here. But Mockingbird can, with Lotus, can copy something. Can I keep this hand? I have swords covered. So the first thing I need to do is, I have no interaction. So whatever it is they're doing, they're doing. And if they get my Lotus with a Peacekeeper or something, it's not great. In all honesty, I just feel like we could just do better. Oh man, that's a lot better. Hopefully we can fade Chancellor. We did not. So I'm going to force this right now, get it out of the way. No. I mean, maybe. Chalice at 1. They did get my Skull Clamp plan. I think I'm going to go get a basic Plains. And playing into Skull Clamp doesn't matter. They're playing the Skull Clamp here, it doesn't matter. All right, well, they've got my removal shut off. Like the Chalice is pretty good. Oof, brutal. Hopefully that Mana Crypt does a lot of work for me. Uh-oh. That's the one that scares me, guys. I'm crushing, and if they flip my Ajani, it's not bad for me. I guess they're going to kill my Ajani here. All right, we need help from this Mana Crypt almost assuredly. But we have a chance here. No, no. Yep. Okay. If they come in a Johnny, that's good for me. I mean, obviously, I'd like to keep it. They are coming at me. Okay. That was a damn good one. Can I find a swords here, guys? No! They kill me here, right? 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 5 exactly. Let's just hope they hit a land, guys. If they hit a land off the Dungeoneer, I'm alive. They did not. They deal me exactly trap damage. So close, man. Well, there you have it, guys. We continue our streak of losing in the quarters. In all honesty, I think I've probably my last 6 or 7 challenges, I've lost in the quarters, and I don't know quite what's wrong. Um, but I have not been able to close out a tournament in a really long time, so it's very disappointing to lose in the quarters. Despite these were close games, and it was a great tournament. I really enjoyed playing the deck. Obviously, had higher aspirations, and I feel like Initiative is a close match, but very winnable. We just didn't have the right type of hands. Yeah. Maybe I'm just not playing it correctly. I've only played a handful of leagues with this deck, and despite I feel like I'm getting better with it, I'm probably not making the right decisions in certain areas where a modern expert would know exactly what they're doing with this. But I never know, should I play Guide of Souls or Cat first or things like that. That's where it's challenging to me. Is like an uncontested cat makes tokens on their own, whereas Guide of Souls first will, and you play your cat will assure a token the next turn. So I don't know. Hard to know. But anyways, guys, the deck felt pretty good tonight. Felt like we took a couple tough losses to Initiative tonight, but we also had some really good wins against Initiative as well. Uh, do I have any thoughts about anything? Like Days was pretty good. Days was pretty good. It saved us in a couple spots, and I always feel like it's very pitchable if we're not using it. The fourth Mockingbird is obviously just a no-brainer. That's the best thing that I'd put back in this deck. Um, Sink to Stupor. Eh, we did bounce something with it once, and I think we maybe pitched it once. And I would also say I'm not sure if it was in this tournament or one of the leagues I was playing, trying it out. It was awkward because I cut a Caracas for it, and it ended up being critical in a game where I needed planes and had an island instead, Sink to Stupor. But I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think Caracas in this deck does have some utility with reference to removal, like being able to protect your Luris and your Ajani. No, you're typically wanting Ajani to die, but bouncing opposing. Well, I don't need to explain the merits of Caracas, but maybe it's not that great in this deck. I don't know. It's just an extra white source that I thought would be decent. And because I'm running double days, it's pretty important that I have islands, and that's another reason why Sink to Stupor is not great in that regard. Like, you have to realize that I've got 7 non-island lands in the deck. Yeah, 7 lands, and that's not optimal. So maybe I do need to do something about this. But yeah, the list ran really nicely today. I like the sideboard. So not a whole lot of changes here. Rest in Peace was very good for me against the Bazaar player earlier, or against the Breach player. Okay, guys, appreciate you hanging out. Like, comment, subscribe.